I want to talk about gay marriage and go more into detail than I have in the past. Um, it's been a long time since I've made a video, and over that time, I've invested a lot of the last year into becoming more political and knowing more about what's going on in our country. I was very much politically uh, astute in the past. I didn't know very much at all. Very basic knowledge that's taught in school, but I didn't know really what was going on in our country. And as far as gay rights and gay marriage is concerned, I really didn't care because it didn't affect me, because it just, it really never came out to mind. In fact, I used to say when I was younger, excuse me, that, I don't care what people do in their own homes, but, I don't want them doing that in public. I don't think I should see it in public. And over the last year, I really did a lot of research on YouTube, mostly watching people like the Det Fox family, um, the LeFew family on the Det Fox channel, GD Prophet, and other gay YouTubers, and really understanding what's going on and really understanding, what it is to be gay. And at first I was so disgusted and angry with myself for for making stupid statements like, um, I don't think that they should go around flaunting their sexuality, because when you think about it, straight people flaunt their sexuality all the time. Straight people, we kiss in public, hold hands in public, hug in public, all kinds of PDA. And to think that I was so ignorant to say something like that and not even think about the repercussions of holding that kind of view. And I was very invested in my religion and very invested in God, and because of my religion, I allowed that to make me turn my head on a whole part of our society as Americans, and turn my head on people who now I have many friends that are gay, and people that I would consider a brother, people that I care very much about. And I would hope that all the people that are opposing gay marriage actually understand what's going on, and actually invest time into this, and know what they're talking about like I did. Now when I hear people talking about gay rights and just excuse me, brushing aside just like it's a silly choice, like picking out a tie or something like that, I get so angry and so mad, and I just want to punch them in the face. I get so angry when I hear people just brush it off like it's nothing, like it's a choice to be gay, and like they shouldn't have the rights, or even like we as the majority have the right to vote on their rights. That is totally fucked up. That is crazy that we are allowed to vote for marriage equality for 15% of our population. That's totally fucked up. That's crazy that the government would even allow that, or that we would even hold the thought that, we can say, well, I'm not sure if I support gay rights, or I don't condone gay rights, or, I'm not for changing the definition of marriage. What the fuck is this crazy bullshit? That it makes me so angry now. That's one thing that I noticed is after getting invested as much as I have in this, how angry I get, and how much I just want to hurt people when I hear them just blow off this whole, no pun intended, group of people, Oh, it makes me crazy. And then when you hear these, when you really start paying attention, you notice that almost every Republican has this carbon copy, fucking cookie cutter excuse as to why gay people shouldn't get married. For instance, if we allow the gays to marry, we're going to have to allow polygamy, and we're going to have to allow bestiality. We're going to allow people to marry their dogs and a horse, No, bullshit. Bullshit. We're talking about two consenting adults coming together in a union. That is what we're talking about. We're not talking about one man marrying three people, or one man marrying, three women, or three men, or a fucking guy marrying his dog or his fucking horse. No, that is bullshit, and that's insulting. That is all that is. It is bullshit, and I want to punch every Republican in the face that I hear say that. It is such bullshit, and it's to think that we're that stupid that we're going to fall for that. The only unfortunate thing is that some people are that stupid, because then they go and take these bullshit excuses and run their mouths like the people at, Tech Marriage, whatever the fuck that website is. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, it makes me so angry. First of all, I'm not sure that polygamy shouldn't be legal, because if it's consenting adults marrying each other, what the fuck does it matter? What does it matter that one man marries three women, or one woman marries three men, or whatever? What does it matter if it's all consenting adults and they're not forced in it by some fucked up crazy religion? What does it matter? What is it to you? But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about two consenting adults entering not just a legal contract between each other, but something that is in our society portrayed as, this dream and a rite of passage, and something that we do in our lives. Think about it. Ever since, ever since you're a little kid, you think about the future. You think about finding a woman or, a good man to marry, and you think about having kids and the dog and the house and all that shit. And that's a very important part of our culture. That's a very important part of our life. And to just deny that to a whole fucking group of people is crazy, and it's bullshit. And I think that we should call the Republicans out on their shit. Second of all, there is over 1,000 rights that comes with marriage that you don't get in a civil union. To deny that to people is horseshit. Those are Americans, those are people, and we should just get off our high horse and get the fuck over it. Because here's the thing, religious people. You essentially handed the keys to marriage over to the government. When you did that, you pretty much gave up all your rights to bitch about to not let other people join in this union. It's horseshit, because when you do that, when you give away the keys to marriage to the government, then comes the tax breaks and shit like that you can't deny a person. It is totally fucked up, stupid, and I'm over it, and you should be too. We should just handle it. It should be a fucking federal thing. We should just, one court case, all 50 states, especially Texas, because they're pissing me off too. They are the biggest bunch of fucktards. And not everyone in Texas, but a good chunk of it. And what's silly is how much religion has ran rampant in Texas, and then how much stupidity has ran rampant. Did you know that 3 out of 10 people in Texas believe that humans and dinosaurs coexisted? Do you know how fucking stupid that is? But I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to marriage. To just... you cannot let the majority vote against the rights of the minority. Thomas Jefferson, one of our founding fathers, wrote a paper on that. And it's just, I'm over it. When I watch people like Elizabeth Hasselbeck on The View, and you see her always taking the Republican talking points, and not just on marriage, but all over the board. I think that we should just get rid of the entire Republican Party when it comes to... I don't mind conservatives in a manner that, conservative on government-wide, government levels, talking about funding and things like that. But what I do mind is when people enter into our government and they don't check their Bibles at the door, because that is exactly where you should leave it. And I'm just as religious as the next person, but you cannot allow religion to enter our government. There are far too many religions, and unless you all want to be Catholic or Muslim or whatever the biggest fucking religion is, I suggest you shut the fuck up, sit down, and unless you have a valid point, because a religious point is religious, therefore it is invalid,